I run the Uplands Preschool in Lowestoft in Suffolk. We're a sessional daycare setting with 68 children in attendance a week, and we're a pack-away setting that has to pack away at the end of every session. We've excellent parent partnership with the parents. We realise that they are the first educators to know the best about the children. So from the very first point of contact through to transition into school, we realise that is very important. We explain the learning journey to the parents in great detail, and certain sections of that they have to fill in, which will build around the children's interests as well, ready for us to put into our planning. We have close links with the children's centres, and we work very closely with other professional people. We link closely into a lot of the local schools and have a very close link with the speech and language therapists. The staff are involved in every aspect of the preschool, and they are continuously striving to improve. Not only me as the leader, but the staff want to achieve outstanding as well, which I feel has really helped us as a team because we're all working towards the same ultimate goal. We talk about qualifications of the staff at staff appraisals, and I as the manager will go online and see what courses are available for the staff to do. I will then get a printout of all the courses that I think would be relevant to us as a group, and we will discuss that. Staff are very dedicated to working with the children, and they actually find the job very enjoyable, which does actually help. I think they're enjoying themselves as much as the children are when they come to the preschool. You have to have the strive to improve. I think that's the only way forward, to be quite honest, is that you look at your provision that you've already got and self-evaluate all the time to ensure that your provision is the best that could possibly be. What we will do initially is to observe the children. We will then send questionnaires out to parents and children to get their views on things, and then we will then meet regularly with the staff and the committee and put things into practice. We will often draw up developmental plans, and what we will do is we will implement them, monitor them and evaluate them to find out if the practice is actually working. And when Ofsted came in, they were absolutely amazed at what we had done with specific areas. Some building blocks, for instance, and what we've actually done is we've had photographs of perhaps builders or castles to trigger their imagination, and we've also added things like clipboards so they can mark make. We obviously realise that we have to adapt the curriculum for different children with specific interests. We may have a child that will only play with cars. So what we've done in this instance is we've taught them to mark make by adding cars to the paint trays to enhance their learning in that way. Equality and diversity is at the heart of everything we do at the preschool. If a child was to come in with an additional need, we would work closely with the parents and other professionals before that particular child started to gain as much information as possible. It may be necessary to put resources into place before that child actually comes in, or from a safety element, a care plan. I feel the children get from coming to the preschool is they feel very safe and valued, and they're all treated as individual children. Uplands Preschool is outstanding because I think we strive to improve every day. We don't want to become complacent with what we've already got, and good is not good enough for us.
Childminder is not just a job for me. Yes, it is a career path, and yes, I want to be the best in my career. But to me, it's a privilege to be part of the children's lives. As a childminder, it's vital that you have a good relationship with all the parents. I invite them here on several occasions to build up that relationship. So by the time the children are ready to start, I have a good understanding of the parents and their needs and wishes for their children. I have 2 children in my care that absolutely adore trains. Anything to do with trains, it's fabulous. That's what they like. We've got a station at Trimley St Mary, so off we walk down to the station and we go up on the bridge and we wave to the trains. And if we're lucky enough to see that the big freight train goes through, it really has made their day. They go back happy, and then we'll come back and we'll draw pictures of the train. We'll take photographs of the train. And they love telling their parents when they come home, we saw the freight train and we can count the carriages on the train, so it helps with their counting, although they don't know it, of course, but that helps with their counting. Parents can access 15 hours of free childcare at the moment for the 3 and the 4-year-olds. As an accredited childminder, I can offer that service to the parents, but I work very closely with my local preschool. So to start with, when they first turn 3, It's rather than going straight into that setting with a big ratio, it's nice that they'll have perhaps 3 sessions with me and 2 sessions with the local preschool. So that transition is made so much smoother from the little ones when they go from mine to preschool, from preschool to primary school, and even from primary school up to high school with the age range of the children in my care. The Felixstowe District Childminding Group, we have a drop-in down at the Oaks Children's Centre, so it's nice that we can work very closely together with the staff at the Children's Centre so if we've got any concerns. And it's nice for the other children to meet the other childminders and the other children so that they get to meet at the wider range of children. I felt it's very important to complete the self-evaluation form online for Ofsted, so following any training that I've done, I will come home from the training and think now, oh yes, actually, I've evaluated that. That's a good thing. I'll pop that in my SEF and whiz that off to Ofsted with all the course details as well, so they will know that I've evaluated what I've learnt. In 2006, I was awarded my first outstanding award by Ofsted, but that was by no means did I feel that's it, I'm not going to do any more, I've reached the top, I'm the best and there's nothing more to be done. Bring out your good points, and if you've got any weak areas, then those are the areas to either seek additional training, do some research, and get that up to speed with the things that you are good at.
Anglia Sunshine Nursery provides daycare for children aged 0 to 5 years old, and we also have facility for out of schools where we provide care for children aged 4 to 14 years old. We're really fortunate to be able to offer flexible hours and sessions to the children and their parents. We aim to fit into their busy lives, not them fit into ours. We're regularly told that this makes a huge difference to the parents' lives. Playwork is all about children using their own time to just play and to be themselves. Children go to swimming clubs, to sports clubs, to music clubs now, but they don't have time just to be children and just to play, and that's what we're all about. I've recently completed my level 3 in playwork, and it's not only helped me, I've also been able to share my ideas and my practice with my colleagues, which I think has been beneficial to everybody. We genuinely care for each and every child that comes to us in our after-school club. We get to know all their likes and their dislikes, and we even know what homework they have each day. When we pick the children up from schools, we pick them up like we're part of their family, so we liaise with the teachers, and likewise when the parents collect them, we also talk to the parents. Having good communication with the children's families and carers is really important. We not only do this face-to-face with the parents every time they're in the setting, but we also communicate with them through our information board, through questionnaires and regular newsletters. We also have a website which the parents can access for updates and daily information, and also that's a useful tool for prospective parents who are interested in putting their children into our after-school club. We provide for children with special and additional needs by providing them with an environment where they ultimately feel safe, making the children welcome here, no matter who they are, what their abilities, what their backgrounds and what culture they come from. We have a little girl who comes who has Down syndrome. She's been coming to us for several years, and we've watched her grow and we've watched her progress. She does have some speech, but she also does Makaton Sign Language, which many of our staff have learnt. Reflective practice is a huge part of what we do. We are regularly updating our ideas, and we also talk to the children about what they want to gain from the after-school club experience. Giving the children a sense of ownership helps them to settle into our after-school club and gives them a sense of belonging. The children actually asked for an area where they could do their homework. We pulled our ideas with the children and put together a little corner of the room where they could do their homework and not be distracted by the children who were happily playing. All the staff are really enthusiastic for the job that they do, and I think this is evident in what we've achieved. It's not just a job, it is a vocation and a lifestyle for us all. We just all love to come into work every day.
My name's Lisa and I'm the manager here at Wigwam's Neighbourhood Nursery with children aged 0 to 5 and there's 14 staff here. After our first Ofsted inspection we got satisfactory, so we looked at sort of the report and where we could improve. We then on the next inspection got good with areas of outstanding, and on the last inspection we got outstanding. I think a lot of that's to do with the staff team. A lot of the staff team have been with us a long while, so I feel that they've developed and evolved with us. We do a lot of things to make the environment a positive environment for the staff. We listen to and respect what the staff have to say, but also we give them a lot of opportunities for their own learning, the same as we would really with the children. They have a job description, but also we have key person training that we do with the staff, so they have an awareness of what they should be doing and what they need to be doing as part of their role. To support them, we have supervisions with them regularly, so the seniors will supervise the nursery assistants and myself as the manager will supervise the senior staff, and that's just an opportunity to sort of chat through any concerns that we may have or look at where they are in their learning and how we can progress and how they can develop. Also, we have appraisals annually, and that's a look at them for the whole year of where they're going and where they've been and how they can develop themselves in their own professional practice. We have monthly staff meetings in-house. That is 1 hour after work, and in those staff meetings we actually allocate that to training. That training session is part of our development plan, so we look at where we want to go for the year and we pull out things that we think we can improve on. So for example, the next training session is about superhero war and weapon play within the nurseries and how we're going to be consistent in how we teach our children and work with our children through those type experiences. The staff always get together and they have a lot of discussions around good practice and reflect on their practice, and we don't always necessarily agree, but we always listen to each other and value each other's opinion and then look at the best way forward for the outcomes of the children. I think the leadership and management, what makes that outstanding is I have an effective leader above myself who has role modelled really good practice for me. She did her EYP quite recently, so that's encouraged me to do the same. So I think my higher level qualifications and my role modelling has had an impact on the staff because they've followed my lead. I think as well the fact that sort of I give them time and listen to them as well, and they also know that I'll get stuck in and help out wherever need be if they need a hand within the rooms. A lot of the staff have undergone higher level qualifications as well, so I think that's had a huge impact on the outcomes for children and our results in our Ofsted inspections. Everything we do is basically to make the children's outcomes the best that we possibly can do, and we constantly reflect on that and continue to try and achieve that. All the children within the setting have a key person, and that key person's role is to basically make sure the children are meeting their next steps in their learning, as well as providing a good relationship with them so they feel emotionally secure and attached. One of the children within the setting was really quite quiet and very shy and didn't speak too much. So Val, who was the key person, spoke with his mum, and she said sort of what his likes and interests are. And he enjoyed animals and stuff like that. So Val arranged with the local farmer if we could go and visit their farm. So she took him to see the farm and the horses. And when he came back, he was talking a lot more and talking about his experiences and his trip. And he shared that with his family. And now he's a lot more confident within the setting and talks a lot more, to the other children, has made lots more friends. All our policies are used within the setting. One example of sort of how they're used might be say the behaviour policy. So all the staff understand the expectations of their own behaviour, but also the children's behaviour as well. So they're all consistent in how they approach the children, how they talk to the children, how they play with the children, and what expectations they have of the children, and whether they're age and stage appropriate behaviours, for example. Also, the children are involved in that as well, because the children obviously, they have to understand how their behaviour maybe affects somebody else or what they're doing, and that's also shared with the family. So we have a lot of discussions with the children and we talk to the children, but most importantly we listen to the children as well. We're an inclusive setting, so we have lots of different children come here from lots of different backgrounds. We're allocated quite close to the local travellers site, so on a weekly basis one of the staff member goes and supports a travellers group. We also do home visits for children that are from travelling families so they can come into the centre and access the services. I think because we go on site and visit the travellers site on a regular basis, that allows the parents to get to know us and build a relationship with us, and allows them to feel safe to come to us then and leave their children with us. We also have children with English as a second language, so we work closely with their families to support their needs. And we also have children, who may be looked after children or, children with sort of additional needs. So we have a variety of different children from a variety of different backgrounds. The things that we do that make our setting unique are we've embarked on some forest schools training. So we took the children out to explore the forest and they were basically finding insects and bugs and bark rubbing and all that sort of thing. The links with our local community are outstanding. We've got an allotment just up the road from us. So obviously there's a lot of members in the community that we talk to there. We go down to the local shops and buy our fruit and veg from the local people down the shops. We also have been to the local hairdressers down the road, and the children have sat in the sort of hairdresser's chair just because some of the little girls had an interest in, playing with each other's hair and cutting hair and all that sort of thing. They constantly talk about that to their families and other people and when go back. So when they go out in the community, we find that, it really does benefit their learning, all areas of their learning, not just one. So every day something changes, and we always look at how we can improve upon what we're doing from yesterday. Even though we're outstanding, we're still continually reflecting on our practice because we believe that we can keep getting better and better, particularly as childcare is ever changing, and we need to be keeping on top of the changes in legislation and what's going on in terms of the early years foundation stage and training and everything else. So it's important for us to reflect so that we can provide the best outcomes for the children.